Hey, welcome to Augmented Technologies. I'm Jay, and this is the next video in a series of Juniper Networks commands that I'm doing. And this next video is going to be on the different modes. So officially, there's only two modes. There's operational, and then there's edit. There is another mode. It's kind of unofficial, but you'll see it once we log in. It's the CLI mode. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to log in. Now, when logging on to fresh new devices, you'll notice something up top, or you'll notice this screen here where it says amnesiac. That's usually a telltale sign that it is a fresh device. Usually you just go ahead and type in root for the login, and it should take you right in. And I'll go ahead and do that right now. And as you can see, we're at the root user mode, and this was the unofficial mode that I was talking about. So from this mode, you can do Linux commands, and I'll show you a couple. We'll just do a ls, and then I'll go in here and do a make. Let me see. So I'll just do a copy command on login. And as you can see, I did a login 2, and you can see the login 2 up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this login 2, and just like that, it's gone. So like I said, this is it sort of gives you a Linux command. It's a Linux command prompt, and this is not an official mode of Juniper, but it's there. So what we do from here is we go ahead and we type in CLI. This is the first mode. It's the operational mode. Here you can do a lot of your troubleshooting tasks. You can do trace route, you can do, telnet, SSH, you can do ping and different requests. You can also restart the system. So you can do a lot of monitoring and troubleshooting from this mode right here. Okay, so for the last mode, we have configuration. Now there's three different types of configuration for this part, and this is where you do your configs and change pretty much everything in the system. So first, when you have your global or shared config, this is where everybody can make changes and commits at the same time. Now, if everybody makes a commit at the same time, basically, it's just the last person who makes the commit, which the final config change is whoever makes the last commit. So if 3 people are making commit, and say you're number 3 and you make your commit, then that's the last one. And that's the whole thing with global config. Now, you have configure exclusive, in which you can pretty much lock everybody out. Or at least lock everybody out doing configurations, committing their configs. Let me say that, committing their configs. So you pretty much got everybody locked out. They have to wait until you're done in order to make changes. So you can go in there and make your changes, and no matter what your configuration goes through. And now we have configure private. Now this is where everybody works on their own little section or configs, and basically you have to update your configuration in order to commit or make changes to the actual global config. So say you're working on yours and somebody else is working on theirs, and they're like in the global config, and they make some changes. You have to update your configuration file to theirs in order to. Okay, so I didn't really go into the other ones you're going to see right here, the batch and dynamic. Basically, the batch, it takes all the commits instead of doing them sequentially. So say one person commits, the other person, and then the third person, and then they commits all their changes in order. What batch does is it takes all of them and just splices them together and commits all the little changes at the same time, bit by bit. And dynamic, that deals with BGP. That's a little bit higher level. to be honest, I've never used either one. I've just used one of the three I've shown you. And that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.